Morning, y'all. Yeah, oil's dirt cheap, and 10-year Tino dropped to like 0.35 for a millisecond. 0.35 on the 10-year. I think it's back up to 7, but still. Crushing the risk off, there's no doubt. I thought I clicked it. I guess not. All right, hey, just babbling. I'll turn the mic sound down. So, I'm jumping on an airplane later this morning, right after our webinar, in fact. I went back and forth. I almost canceled. But I'm going to go. We had talked about me doing a meetup and stuff. I can meet up with people. I haven't sent out an email. I haven't promoted anything. Concerned about the virus, obviously. Concerned about... Right, Rob? No sound? Looks like you have sound. Yeah. So I'm worried about the virus. I'm worried about crowds. All that kind of stuff. I don't want to be dangerous. I don't want to kill your auntie because you went to New York City to meet me, and then you got a virus, took it home, gave it to your aunt, and she died. I don't know. But the original idea was we make it for cocktails at the Harvard Club, which I think we should do because it's a space you just can't get into unless you're a member, and you can't just buy your way in either. You actually have to have a degree. So it's a special place. Then I thought we can go have a cigar, so we can talk for an hour or so. I have 2 different things of hand sanitizer and stuff. But like, I think we should skip the whole dinner idea. Originally, I thought about meeting up at or going to Michael Jordan's right across the street, Grand Central Terminal. But that's the antithesis of crowds and people from all over. So, you know, we don't need to get into all of that, right? So I thought, look, it's not an official gathering. There's no tickets. There's no promotions. I haven't sent out an email. But if you happen to be in New York City anyways, like don't drive to New York City, don't fly to New York City to meet me. It's only an hour or so. It's only a cocktail and a cigar. So if you happen to be there anyways, maybe tomorrow night, if you want to get together for an hour or so, we can set that down. I wasn't sure if they would let guests in or if I wasn't sure if I could have 5 or 6 guests. The Harvard Club, I just called them. They were like, yeah, that's cool. Anything for you, Mr. McDonald? And I said, damn straight. Let me hear that again. They're like, yes, sir, anything for you, Mr. McDonald? And I'm like, okay, good. And all that kind of stuff. So anyways, if you are around tomorrow in New York City, It'd be nice not to shake your hand. I prefer Moonlight Sonata if you're going to go Beethoven sad. Can you please fix them so they work? They work, so you're not installing them in the right folders, Nim. So take out the pivots and try them in the EA folder. Well, let's just double check. File. You have the exact same files as me, Nim. There's nothing different. I literally just dragged them out of my folder and put them in the upload. So they work. Now you might be installing MT4 files onto your MT5, in which you need to download your MT5. But anyways, let's double check. MQL4 experts. So in here I have the auto stop. This isn't, I guess that's it. So there's, I don't think any of that except the auto stop. Let's go to indicators. So biased pivots are in the indicators. Okay, what else is in there? Biased pivots. Oh, and there's like the auto drawing thing. I don't know if you have them. Okay, but so it looks like almost everything's indicators. And then, of course, you need to install your templates in your template folder. Where's my template folder? There we go. Template folder. Your template files need to go into templates. They are TPL files. Need to go in the template folder. Okay. Your profiles need to go into the profile folders. Okay. Oh, dude, sorry. Right. So Nim, you downloaded, but if it's not working, it's because you're putting things in the wrong folders. Okay, so look. TPL files go into the template folder. Profiles, you should know what a profile looks like because they're the things that pop up. There you go. That goes in your profile. And then take everything else, go to your MQL4, and then go to indicators, and that's where your bias pivots go. Okay. Yeah, it was really sad, Henry. I actually, I showed my wife. I'm like, oh, it happened. And she's like, what happened? My lira trade. Anyways. Okay. So rest assured, Nim, it works. There's nothing for me to fix. TPL, like the simple one, do work, but for swing trading, well, you must be putting, you need to double check. Nim, I'm using the exact same tools, the exact files. I literally went like this. I opened up my data folder. And I went to like MQL4. I went to indicators. And I said, I want to give them bias pivots. So I went click, click, copy. And then I dragged them over to the folder. Like, you have the exact file. So it works. But, okay, so bias should go there. Now, what do you mean they don't work? That's the other thing. But we got to get going. It looks like we just clicked 8 o'clock. So anyways. So let me move this out of the way. Nim, they work. So Google it or something. Anyways, good morning. Nice to see you, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 8 o'clock. Time to do some trading. The world has collapsed and we're making tons and tons of pips. Congratulations. Very, very risk off. 10-year T-note dropped to 0.35 for a little bit there overnight. I think it's back up to 0.7, like ridiculously low. That means yen is awesome. That means Swissy's awesome. That means everything's awesome if you risk off. If you risk on, you're just waiting your turn. But for risk off, OMG, the life is great. Let's go. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for Traders Way and the host here at Forex.Today. Thank you for being here. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, please check your negativity at the door, and please treat everyone in our chat with dignity and respect, because they deserve it. This is our work environment. So thank you for being here in our temple of success. You can ask questions about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, trader psychology, all that. I am here. The raison d'etre is to take my 15 or 20 years of trading experience and use that experience to teach you how to put together trade plans to help predict not what's going to happen later today, like we already planned all that, but how about tomorrow, next week, next month, right? So it's all about trade planning. So please get involved and all that kind of stuff. And when you do like and subscribe and comment, you're telling YouTube that this is quality content and that they should treat it as such on their platform. So cool. So I got to move quick. I have to catch a plane. I am going to New York City. I know. So anyways, if you happen to be around in Midtown Manhattan on Friday, I'm not doing an official event. There's no tickets. There's no nothing. But maybe if you want, if maybe a group of 5 or 6 of us can meet up for cocktails at the Harvard Club, walk a couple of blocks down the street and grab some cigars and just talk for an hour. No dinner, no nothing. I'm trying to avoid big places, big crowds. There will be no hugging, no handshaking, and no kissing at this event. So leave your babies at home. But if you're around, it would be an honor to spend an hour of I guess a couple hours of one-on-one time with you, or one-on-some time. Cool. So maybe I'll see you over there. Email me, wayne@fxbootcamp.com. wayne@fxbootcamp.com if you're going to be there. Okay? Well, I'm a good kisser. So yeah, your loss. But what are we going to do? All right, so let's, I guess we'll leave the camera right where it is. Everything's good. So I got to move. Give me the juice. So anyways, dun, 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 dun. I need some somber music. We lost her. We lost our Euro Turkish lira. Wah, wah, wah. She died on her 10th birthday, her 10th month birthday. So that Euro Turkish lira trade I sold May 9th, 2019. My goal was to hold it for a year, and it died on the 10 months after. End result, broke even on the trade, made $926 in interest payments or swap. So I earned 925% return on investment, doing absolutely nothing. And that's how you get it done. Now check it out. Here's these risk off trades that we've been sitting on a little while. 700 pips, 600 pips, 400 pips. Look at that total of 1,600 pips. Ho, ho, ho. 3 trades, $300 turned into 1,600. Oh yeah, oh so pretty, oh so nice. So I don't know what that is, but that's a big return on investment. So that's how you get it done. Baby G says, hey man, this is a new time slot. Hey, Baby G, time changed. Time changed. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to know this, Baby G. Time changed. So not a new time slot, a new time. Cool. All right. Oil has collapsed. And that's what happens to Noki. Norway is an oil exporter. Last week and the week before, I did training on North Sea oil. In fact, the entire history of what was the catalyst to create the demand for North Sea oil. You couldn't pick a worse place in the world to drill oil. But the UK and Norway do it because of the history I shared. So go back and watch those videos. But nonetheless, oil collapsed over the weekend, and pachow. OPEC was supposed to get together and do a deal, and they couldn't get a deal. Boom, 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 boom. So USD NOK going up means Norway, the Norwegian krone, is falling, and that means oil, both Brent and WTI, have probably collapsed, which it has. Okay. Cool. Neato, right? Neato. So let's take a look at oil. Now, confirm this for me, please. The whole point of this chart, oops, don't click that button. All right. The whole point of this chart, please confirm this. The whole point was we were down here and I was setting up selling trades for you guys. I said you were a bear here, so you're likely to be a bear in the future. Bears only sell high. And I said the first thing we want to do, I guess I should do this in blue, is look for an area in here is the obvious place. And we can also look at other places of support and resistance using things like price action. I said, well, there's something here, there's something here, there's something here, there's something here. But the whole point was that you were a bear here and that you were going to plan to be a bear again, and that you would look for particular prices in which you would sell or not sell using different methodologies. I think there's even fibs in here. But the idea was to look for price action that confirmed your price, and then you take the shot. And then you had to wait 2 whole days. And that was also part of the discussion when I was reminding you on how to plan your trades. That this upward move is a symbiotic move. Symbiotic. I said, this is the discussion here that Forex and trading does not have to be zero sum. With true planning, bears actually need bulls to raise it up high so they can crush it. Right? That's the whole thing. And I said, look, your bears are going to need bulls, and bulls will probably have their turn for a day or two, but that doesn't mean you switch your bias. You just start finding your prices, looking for your patterns, and you take the shot. How many people agree with all of that, that was your takeaway? In fact, I believe we talked about it over 2 occasions. One on Friday, one on Wednesday. Yeah? How many say aye? Yeah. Now, I think we said down to 36 or something, right? But it's obviously dropped more than that. But this is a fundamental move, not a technical move. Okay? So the point is we put this together. You do need patience. You do need discipline. We had to wait 2 whole days to get your trading opportunity. You had to wait all the way to Wednesday to make a ton of pips. Right? But how often do you feel like you have to trade every day? Every day. I have to trade. Well, you don't get paid to trade. Your broker, right? Trader's Way gets paid to execute your trades. Right? They get paid to trade. You or get paid to do analysis, to have a bias, to build a plan, to build a strategy around all of that, and to have the patience and discipline to carry it out. Manage your risk and get your due reward. That's what you get paid for. And I want to reinforce that when we did this, I felt like many people lose the vision of what they're supposed to be doing. And that's why we talked about it. This whole idea here that bulls and bears need each other, that it's not a zero-sum game, it's symbiotic. And now look at that. Now you can get your yellow Lambo. You're welcome. Bitcoin. Almost there. This is exactly the same as that oil. Remember, down, up to the central, down. We even have it marked here. Blah, 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 blah. What I didn't expect is we would do it in one day. So Bitcoin has moved from 10,000 a couple of weeks ago to 7,500. And you're like, well, that's normal for Bitcoin. Well, it moved from 9,100 to 7,800 in a blip of an eye. Yeah. Okay. By the way, in regards to gaps, thank you, Joe, for bringing that up. When there's a fundamental gap, you need to be careful. It doesn't have to close. Again, the analogy I've been using the last couple of weeks in the swing trading group to teach them about how to trade these markets, I talk about the fundamental tsunamis, and that you need to be careful. Okay, you don't fight things because you have a technical, you see something technical, a technical line, a technical price, a technical pattern. You don't trade technically in the face of fundamentals. And again, the analogy is the tsunami. I said, well, what if you said to me, well, Wayne, yesterday the street was dry, and the day before the street was dry, and the day before that, and the day before that the streets were dry, and 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago the streets were dry. So I see this huge torrent of water and cars and garbage going by, but dude, yesterday and the day before it was dry, so I'm going to jump in. Like, whoa, 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 dude. Whoa, whoa, this is not the conditions you need. Okay? This is not the conditions you're looking for. Okay? And so there's a difference between fundamentals and technicals, okay? Don't jump in just because you see an inverse head and shoulders pattern or something. Like, hello, the market's collapsing. No one gives a damn about the chart pattern. Okay? Cool. And gold. Okay, I guess we'll do gold and then we'll move on. Cisco, are you gonna be in New York tomorrow night? I think Cisco Kid said he was going to be in. Yeah. Are you in New York City? Up, 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 down, down. This is a standard swing buy. Swing buy. This is a weekly and bullish swing. Up, 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 up. Okay. Oh, out there, right on. Cool. So yeah, I guess, are you going to take a train in? It's a ways out there to, I don't think, or do you Uber from there? Does that, where do you, what stop do you get off of? Where do you get off of? Yeah, I mean, yeah, my God, it'd be much easier to take the train. Oh, you just emailed me, Carlito. Thank you. So I don't know. Oh yeah, so many options. Well, again, we're right next to Bryant Park, right? So if you can do Grand Central Terminal, that's probably it. But I don't know if that trains out there go to there. So you got to transfer first, right? But just think Bryant Park. Cool. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Right on. Coolio. La 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 la. Sailing in the wind. All right, cool. So anyways, gold doing its thing. I just look at it like this is a monthly swing here, right? Confirmed by the weekly. And then we hit the weekly target. Cool. And we have the weekly, this week's weekly, here. And it's kind of out of position. So I'm hoping for an up and then a down, but I don't really know with gold. Cool. So let's take a look at some Swissies. I've been telling you for months now that that's my favorite risk off. Well, I was worried. I almost canceled, and I contacted my buddy that lives in Manhattan, and I said, "Hey, man, I hear NYC is a zombie town." I said, "Should I be worried?" And he's like, "As far as I can tell, this is as normal as Manhattan has ever been." So I'm like, "Cool, all right." So we have this huge recovery. You see that where we were earlier today? Wowzer, huh? Wowzer. Okay. Why? I just haven't added it. There's nothing against it, Mr. Highvolt. It probably was there one day. So we can add a new one here. There you go, Mr. Highvolt. Lovely, huh? All you had to do is be risk off. Okay. Go through the history here. Okay. There's a swing. There's a swing. And this is an OOP CT. Oh, yeah, adding to trades. Think of it this way, like, don't take it out of context. Let's go over the facts, baby G, of what we need to do. So let's say you're day trading. The idea is down, 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 up, up, sell. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up, sell. Each one of those is a new sell for sure. Don't break that pattern. Like, you can't be selling way down here. Okay. So I would limit myself to trying to day trade or higher, day trade or swing trade. So we can take a look at that if you want. Day trading bearish. And then let's open up this indicator and let's put some extra days on her. Let's take a look. Okay, you can see this. Sell, down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, da 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 da. So you're already done for today per se, and you'll see tomorrow what to do. Okay, but you can get the idea. Like there were plenty of opportunities to sell, right? Yeah, that happens. That happens. Gap down and gave you an extra 150 pips. Doesn't happen often. So make sure you write it down, take a screenshot or something. It hasn't happened to me often. When I've been gapped, I've always been gapped to the negative. I think maybe once I made extra pips like that, but it's pretty rare. Well, Mr. High Volt, watch oil. This is all about oil. So oil gapped at like 26 and our target was 36, right? So, yeah. So watch your oil, okay? Watch your oil. Usually after an extreme move like that, you should probably be locking in pips, okay? Because as you know, you start looking at counter trend trades and stuff, and that's not good for a trend trader. Okay, but watch your oil. Euro, Swissy, okay, that was our plan. 786, not good. And look, it didn't produce very much. Getting a 1382 off of 786 is pretty remarkable, actually. But compared to everything else, this is pathetic. And we knew that, and it was discussed in great detail that that's a mediocre scenario, and it produced such. Here we are on pound Swissy, and we have hit the weekly and the monthly target. Okay. This says done. This says done. What do you think you should do? That's up for you. That's up to you to make a decision. Check it out, though. This is a sell zone. You see that perfect swing short. Here's another perfect swing short. And this is an OOP. Okay. And then we hit target early, which an OOP would predict. And then this typically sets up a counter trend. Now, remember, it doesn't have to, because all of that's technical into a fundamental move, but it is there. And you shouldn't ignore the facts. I'm just saying you shouldn't just sell it blindly or mechanically. You should also use some finesse. Okay? No, I don't. Ready? I do not give signals. I will teach you how to trade, though. But out of position, Mike. That's a swing trading term. You guys should please consider joining the swing trading group. swing.fxbootcamp.com. You'll learn day trading and swing trading. Okay. Did any of my swing traders crush this move? Ron crushed it. Good job, Ronnie. Mr. Highvolt crushed a lot of them. Right on. Jean-Guy, good night last night. Yes, Alex, Aussie short, destroying it on the open. Right when you're supposed to be, eh, Alex? The first minute of the week. Yep. TBM, 2,200 pips. Cool. So you turned like $200 into $2,000? Gary's like, Swiss pairs, yen pairs, crushed. Well, those are the ones we those are the ones we set up. I love it. Right on. Good job, guys. Congratulations, really. Honestly. Handled yourself well. You handled yourself well. Had to be in Friday, of course. That's why the swing trading group meets on Thursday. If you show up Monday, it's already done, dude. It's already done. Where were you? That's the whole point. Think about it. The swing trading group meets on Thursdays because if you show up Monday trying to figure out what's going to happen, dude, we were in 36 hours before you even showed up. It's not even fair. Yeah, Mr. Highvolt. Well, at least you're building skills, right? Well, the way it seems to me, Mr. Highvolt, it seems that about every 8 years or so, there's a some major end of the world scenario. So next time, Mr. Highvolt, you'll be properly funded, properly skilled, properly confident, and you'll destroy it. You'll do well. Now, think about it though, too, guys. Any level of success you're having now, most people in the world are feeling pain. Right? Yeah, I imagine if you don't know how to trade MHB, that's what it would look like. Yeah. But, I know how to play guitar, but when I hear like people that can really play guitar, to me it's like magic. It's like beauty. It's just raw emotion. It's just raw. It is. It's as close to magic as I can think of. Like they're playing the notes, but I don't know how they put them all together. But not only can they play them, but it evokes emotion, not just vibrations of air around them. Like it is truly magic, but you can learn how to do it. It does make sense, right? You can learn how to play guitar and learn all the notes, and you can get really good if you practice. But it's not like you said. Forex looks like roulette. Yeah, if you don't know what the heck you're doing, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Brooke, what I was talking about more, Brooke, is like the average person, they have their entire retirement account in the stock market. There's nothing else they can do. It's even like legally locked in there where like you're invested in mutual funds, but mutual funds can't short, they can't hedge, they can't do anything. So every month for years and years and years and years, they've been putting money in, regardless of price. You've just been putting money in, and regardless of anything, they just bought the same 20 stocks, and now it's crashing. You can't really do anything about it. The mutual fund can't do anything about it, and everyone just sits around watching the market fall. Meanwhile, you're making money in Forex, and at least that's got to offset some of your losses in other places in your life. Right? Pure mathematics is saying that, yeah, most people in portfolios are huge losses. Yeah. So this will allow you to compensate, right? In essence, the money that you're making in Forex is a hedge against everything else, right? So maybe your retirement account is down. If things get worse, maybe the value of your home will go down, but you're making tons of money in Forex, right? So at least it keeps you alive, where your neighbor might be in serious doggy doo-doo. They're like, oh my God, I'm 70 and I can't retire because I just lost the last, 6 years of savings and gone. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're like, your mutual fund, nobody, like, you just like, what do I do? And then the government says, well, you can cash out, but if you cash out, we're going to tax the heck out of you. You're like, what? I'm just trying to save my, anyways. So I get all pissy. So I'll try to stay away from there. But at least you can protect your family and your loved ones, right? You are now in control of your destiny. You don't have to rely on anybody else but yourself now. And that's a huge advantage. Well, you got to remember, though, Alex P. on the Reddit comment, people are only in that situation when they were already doing something stupid. Okay? So I read something this morning. So here's another sidebar. I'm sorry. But I read, it popped up on my phone, in fact. It was like, I don't know, CNBC or something popped it up on my phone. They're like, hey, this hedge fund is up 77% because of their risk-off bets, their coronavirus bets. This is the sad thing about media. First of all, they're glorifying someone that did something stupid. So if a hedge fund made 77% in the last couple of months because the stock market's been crashing for 6 weeks in a row, that's stupid. So what they did is they took a huge pile of other people's money and they dumped it on the market all in one thing, short. Okay? That is dumb. They're also not telling you about the other 30 or 40 or 50 or 200, 300, 400 hedge funds that did the same thing and went bankrupt. Okay? It would be a better service to you to say 200 hedge funds just folded because they were buying Apple stock at $2,000 a share or something, right? That would be a better lesson for you to say, like, oh, another idiot made some stupid bonehead trade and blew up the account. And then you're like, and these are guys with millions of dollars with PhDs from Ivy League schools, and they still blew it up. And you're better off. And you're like, because you know such things are dangerous, right? And you know to avoid these things. You can say, oh, those guys had millions of dollars, and right? But you knew more than they did. You were a better trader than they were. Instead, what you get is some idiots did a degenerate gambling trade and hit it big. And that's what they want to print. And it's really a fool's errand to go that way, guys. Because that means, we know how the markets work, right? It's much easier to lose than win, right? And if you threw it all down, the odds of them blowing up their trading account was ridiculously high. And so just pure raw luck that they got that. Now, dumb money will chase that. Dumb money will come calling and say, hey, I read on CNBC that you were crushing it in the market. Here's all my money. And of course, what they're going to do next time is they're going to do the same thing. They're going to take client money and they'll bet the whole thing on a trade. They'll buy everything back and it won't go up fast enough and they'll blow it up. Right? Yeah, but Brooke, what you're missing is all the wrongs. I'm not saying you can't get it right. I'm saying what you're not seeing is people making these giant bets and they're wrong. And that doesn't get reported. Okay? It's something like, bear with me on the number. I might be grossly off on this number, but the point is still the same. It's something like 3,000 hedge funds have gone out of business in the last couple of years. Okay? And you don't read the 3,000 stories of what happened to them. But I think the bigger story is in there. Someone throwing down a bet, okay? Someone throwing down a bet and making big money, I'm not interested in. It's like this idea of when they show, liars and thieves, how they're like, they lied to all these people, but they have these penthouse apartments and they're on their big yacht and they're flying in helicopters. I'm like, yeah, but the guy's a liar and a thief and a scumbag. There's no value in that. Like, there's nothing good about that. Right? When you look at the Wolf of Wall Street, you're like, but the guy lied straight face to old women and retiring firefighters, and we forget that. I don't know why he's glorified. After the movie and the book of Wolf of Wall Street, we're like, oh, Jordan or whatever his name is. Oh, and he had his palaces and his cars and his hookers and his drugs and flying around in helicopters and his private yacht and married to the Duchess, and oh, what an amazing person. Like, dude, not only did he lie to people on the phone and essentially steal money from them, right? But he institutionalized and taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to work for him so that they could steal from thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Like, how did he pay for all the drugs and the hookers and the money? And like, why would you treat money that way unless you had no value to it? Like you would steal it. Like you didn't earn it. People that earn money value their money. People that steal it don't value it. So they're like, oh, hookers and cocaine, and let's crash our Lambos into the, we'll just get another one. It's all free money, right? Dude, people that work, it ain't free money. So anyways, so when I see that stuff, I never value it. And by the way, he did go to jail. You know what I mean? So like robbing a bank, I don't care. It doesn't make you interesting. So I don't know how we get all this. So degenerate gambling is just it's not interesting. Doing the right thing day in and day out, year after year after year, like Bridgewater could probably pull it off. Yes. Right? Bridgewater could probably pull off a deal like that. But what you're not reading though too, Brooke, is they've probably made the same bet 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, and it didn't work out. You know what I mean? So that one worked. So anyways, don't idolize these bigger firms because you are getting the press release side of reality. And you're only seeing the amazingly awesome stuff, but you are not seeing reality. So don't get into it. What you need to focus on is your next trade plan. You will get there, guys. You will get there. But degenerate gambling is not the right way to do it. Okay? I'm trying to teach you that you want low volatility and consistent returns. Do you understand? Low volatility, low drawdown, consistent returns. Don't worry about getting rich quick. It is death. Getting rich quick is death. If you did all right in the last couple of weeks, it's because the market had a high beta. Okay, let me say this again. Your alpha must match the beta. So if you're making a lot of money right now, it should be because you had the right bias in January and February, March, and now it's just carrying through, and nothing's really changed over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? What has changed is the beta. The beta is the overall market and the market conditions. Okay? And with the market conditions, you have average true range expansion, a volatility expansion measured like through VIX or something, or whatever vol measurement you have. But there's different things you could use or substitute to use or whatever. But the thing is, the market's big right now, right? And in the summer, the market's small. But right now, the market's big. And you have permission to make unusually large profits right now, but not from gambling. So let's say the market has moved twice as much as usual. Let's say we go from an average daily range of 100 pips to 200 pips. But for some reason, you've tripled your leverage. Then you're actually doing something very bad and you'll be found out and it will kill your career. Okay? You should be making unusual amounts of money right now because your alpha is to trade with the market and the market has given extra. Risk-adjusted performance. This is something that you will be taken through. And people will look at it. Okay, you did really well in early 2020. Why? And then they'll look at the market beta and say, oh, well, there was a beta expansion. And they'll say, oh, this trader crushed it, but they did their normal trading and they already had this bias and they had been doing it every day for 6, 7, 8 weeks. And it all kind of lined up and they were doing really well, but not because of undue risk. You don't want risk expansion, right? So they'll look at it and say, good, good, good. And by the way, when this suddenly all stops, you don't give it all back and you're not extra heavily leveraged and, all that kind of stuff. Because, for example, the classic sort of amateur move here is make a 1,000 pips in a week and give it all back in 2 days. Because you've jacked up your lot size and, you made 1,000 pips in 5 trades and gave it back in 2. Right? Why? Because you jacked things up. You were so certain you were crushing it. You were making big. You can practically, you're on the Lamborghini website picking out colors. And then you're like, I'm going in all. Boom. Why? Because that stupid hedge fund did that. The hedge fund made all that money and now CNBC is promoting them. So now you're saying to yourself, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to get my yellow Lamborghini. No. Actually, I want titanium orange. No. I want that weird lime green. And all of a sudden, your jacked up lot size goes boom, and you're taking the bus to work. And you'll say, well, I thought that's how hedge funds did it. No! The ones that blow up do it that way. They just blew up in the good way this time. They will blow up bad next time. Don't worry about that. Okay? Carlito went through that cycle. I think we all went through that cycle. We're all there. We all share that. Yeah, Ron, I saw one. It was a powder matte baby blue Aventador with a matching cigarette boat. So it's funny too because like the Lamborghini was like, I don't know, $500,000 or something, but the boat was like $2 million. But they were the exact same powder matte baby blue. So, right? And it was great. Not my favorite color, but the fact that the yacht matched the Lambo was pretty sweet, actually. Okay. So, I hope you listen to me because I care about you. I want you to survive. I want you to tell me the good stories 10 years from now. Not that you blew up your trading account because you got some vol. Dude, you're always going to get some vol. Vol comes and goes, man. No, I think I'd like, I don't know, how about like black, glossy gunmetal gray, and matte gunmetal gray. I don't know what my tertiary color. Let's say, maybe those are my 3 colors. I don't like black interiors though, so maybe I'll switch it up. Glossy gunmetal, matte gunmetal, and white. So I have like a white seats with black stitching and stuff like that on the inside. Anyways, I don't know. I'd have to come up. My other one was FX Boot camouflage. Can you imagine a camouflage Ferrari or Lamborghini with fluorescent calipers and stitching and stuff like that? But anyways, whatever. So anyways, we'll say, oh, Nim says, can you look at peso? I'm already pulling it up for you, man. Peso. So everything exotic should be destroyed right now. Ed says he seems to remember that 650 hedge funds went bust this year, right, or last year. And I know it was like 3,000 over the last few years. But Ed, right, like if you went through those stories, how many of the 650 hedge funds, let's say percentage-wise, we're gambling them in one form or another. And that should be the story that you read about. That's what the mantra you should be going through. I don't want your mantra to say the real boys, right? The big boys are taking big bets. No. Right? What would Bridgewater be doing if it hadn't been in business for 35 years? Okay? The fact they were in business for 35 years gave them permission to make that kind of money because they're smart and they're experienced. Okay? A fool and his money are easily departed. Okay? Getting rich quick is a fool's errand. Not even Ray Dalio with billions got rich quick. He worked harder than anyone else around him, and he ended up being smarter than everyone else around him. He did the work. He sat and he thought. Like, think of it. He sat and he wrote down through deep thought and meditation. He wrote out his life principles. Hundreds and hundreds of life lessons that he had experienced. Nothing about Ray Dalio says, get rich quick. There's nothing about it. There's nothing. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. The stories that are interesting are the ones where people have a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. Okay? Hey, I'm working on a weird haircut. I'm working on my weird haircut. A little short on this side, huh? Shorter than normal. Is it crazy? Is that crazy or is that cool? I don't know. Not bad. Actually, it's not bad. It's not bad. Better than Ray Dalio. Yeah. So I always want you to have that story. I'd rather you read 650 stories of failure than one story about some guy hit it big, because that's BS. Okay? Joe's giving up. Joe, I'm close to giving up. I moved to Georgia. You can't get good vegetables or haircuts here. Anyways. So I don't know. I think I want to leave it there. I have to pack. I have to catch a plane. And it's funny, life of a baller, huh? Kiss my wife and kids goodbye, do my webinar, jump on a plane, fly to New York City, jump in the thing, take me straight to the club, check into my room, and I have 5 hours of classes tonight. I have mock negotiations that I've been preparing for all weekend. I spent probably close to 10 hours doing homework this weekend. If you didn't spend 10 hours focused on Forex, you're behind. So think of it. I could just paint the town red, party it up. Woo, I'm in New York. Soon as I check in my hotel, I might not even have time for dinner. I am committed. I am focused. I am driven. And I am thankful for you being in my life. I'm going to put all that together. Then I'm going to wake up super early in the morning, even though I hadn't slept very much. I'm going to do my webinar and somehow shove some grub down my throat. Then I got this big meeting that I'm going to for a while. And as soon as it's over, I'm going to run back to the club and have a cocktail with some of you. Maybe grab a little bit of food. Maybe they'll serve us some food. I'm sure they'll give us, I'll order some sort of food just to snack on. Then we'll have a cigar. Like, not waste a minute. Not waste a minute. I'm trying to show you that I didn't have enough role models like that in my life when I grew up. I really didn't. So I'm just trying to show you the level of, let's say, what I would call positive commitment. So I've been at like my kids' concerts, music concerts where they play the trumpet and the clarinet and you're sitting in the audience, and I know all the other parents. I've known them all my kids' lives, right? And they're all there and they're standing waiting to go into the auditorium, and they're just chit-chatting about the same crap that they talked about at the last event or the last time they saw each other, which was probably 2 hours earlier. Like, they're just standing around for a half an hour wasting their life. Now think of it. 300 people wasting 30 minutes is 150 hours of humanity poured down the drain. I'm sitting in a corner away from everybody, and I got my tablet open and I'm reading case studies, preparing for class. That's what it takes. Now that could be you trading, that could be you studying, that could be you watching FX Bootcamp training videos, but it should be you spending that half an hour sharpening your saw while everyone else just wastes it and pours it down the drain, talking about nothing. Just filling the air with carbon dioxide. Okay? So we're better than that. We're more focused than that. We're more driven than that. We're changing the world by changing our lives. Changing the world's easy. You jump in and you throw in a lot of energy. And you focus that energy on something very specific. If you get good at this, you will change your life. You will take care of your family and your loved ones. And it's difficult and you have to know a lot of things, but how many of your buddies are experts at the last 50 years of some sport? They know everything you need to know about cricket. They know everything you need to know about golf. They know everything you need to know about basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever. This player in 1982 was traded for that other thing. By the way, deer are walking right past my office window. Hello, sweet baby. Oh, you're just a young one. Hello. Right? So anyways, they know everything about that. Sports bars, you walk into a sports bar, there's TV everywhere, just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why don't people take their money that serious? Honestly, why don't people get together, waiting to go in to hear their kids play at a concert, and the parents get together and they're like, hey, so how's your 401k? Hey man, I got into this bond. Hey, I refinanced my house and I got this. This is really blah, 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 blah. Like, let's talk money. Let's put that kind of focus in. Like, don't worry about Dancing with the Stars. Don't worry about The Bachelorette so much. Who was the Bachelorette in season 6? Oh, that chick from Colorado, and she married the fireman. How much money who's the vice president of the United States? I don't know. But it was the Bachelorette in season 6. That chick from Colorado, right? It's just funny. Like, we don't have her focus in the right area. So get really good at this thing called Forex and investing. And it doesn't even have to be Forex. You can be really good at futures trading, whatever. But what you need to get good at is taking money and then growing it. Not necessarily through hard work, but through knowledge and skill. Okay? Like I said, when I was in college, I'd get a student loan, and before I even paid for school, I doubled it. Paid for school, now had this free money. And then 6 months later, another check would show up, and they're like, hey, take this down to the school and pay for classes. I'm like, hell no. So I would double my money and then pay for and then give the school the money, right? Like, we need to get good at this money, expanding the money, and then life gets fun because you can do important things, and besides going to a dead-end job and having your mid-level manager treat you like a child. There's bigger things we can do with our lives on earth, right? And by the way, before you quit your job and walk out, make sure you purposely burn microwave popcorn and leave a big stink in the office and say, hey, take this job and shove it. And by the way, you might want someone to take care of that. There's smoke in the kitchen. You take care of that. Good luck with that. Take your job and shove it. I'm a currency trader. Boom, and you leave. By the way, sell your car. You don't need your car anymore. Sell your car, put the money in your trading account. You don't need a car anymore. Right on, Sev. If you need help, email me. Strategic negotiations. Actually, I'm really enjoying my class. She has very, very high reviews or whatever, and I'm actually enjoying the class. It's interesting. There's enough reading and enough lecture and then enough class participation that it's really well-rounded and enjoyable. So thumbs up to Harvard. The other one I'm getting good grades in, but it's more emotionally difficult. It's not hard. Like, people that have degrees in this, I can't even imagine that it's a real degree, because then when you take my other classes, they're so ridiculously, like, mentally difficult. So I'm doing this D&I class, and it's all we do is talk. I mean, like, but I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. I'm doing all right in the class, but it doesn't fit my. I'm trying to expand and learn as much as possible. I'm trying to be as authentic as possible, so I can get the full learning experience. But I find it emotionally more difficult. But I'm hanging in there and doing my best. So, anyways, gotta go. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being so committed to what we call Forex. Thank you for all of the effort that you put in and all the time and the sacrifice. And some of you guys had a really, really good couple of weeks. Remember, that's the beta. That's not you. It's not your genius. You didn't suddenly just get it. Like, oh, now I got Forex. Now I'm going to rule the world. Remind yourself every day that your job is simply to have a bias, to analyze the market using technical analysis to confirm or deny market conditions, and then use technical analysis to pick out proper prices, and then use technical analysis to wait for confirmation of selling at those prices or buying at those prices, depending on market conditions, confirmed with technical patterns. Okay? Don't go crazy. Do you understand? You're just doing your job. Don't go crazy. You made a couple of thousand pips this week? Great. Sweet. Don't screw it up. Don't be a degenerate gambler like I talked about today. Do your job. If you're a bear, where do you sell? You sell high. Where? At resistance. Where is resistance? What price? You're like, Wayne, well, price is way up high. I might have to wait 2 whole days for it to do that. Yeah. Patience. Discipline. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I will see you at the Harvard Club tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. New York time. And then maybe a handful of us will get together and have cocktails, cigars, and we'll, we'll drop a drip of whiskey on the floor in your honor. So anyways, take care, guys. Cheers.